Changes. Turn and face the strain. Changes. It's gonna have to be a different man. Time may change me, but I can't trace time.
Good afternoon, everyone. For so long, clouds continuously filled my days, but an opportunity allowed the sun to come my way. I was a child living in mistreatment and destruction, living in a lonesome road without my parents to guide me towards the light. I was left to feel the obstacles closing in on me. I never had a chance to hear my parents tell me, "It will be okay," or "I will catch you as you stumble over obstacles that come your way." My parents were out of sight, and so I began to wish, hope, and pray for better days. Until the atmosphere shifted and AVID overtook the clouds. In school, assignments were never my top priorities. I only put in enough effort to get by. I never entered contests, joined clubs, or studied strategies for success. I was not interested. I believe in riding the bench. I was a top flight slacker. I blamed all my problems I had within myself on everyone else. They were the reason I was so angry at the world. They're the reason I didn't have a family. Most of all, they were the reason I cried every day. I was young. As a 7th grade student, I had everything taken from me. All I had was myself. But soon, I understood that. I had the power to change my world. When I heard about AVID, I wondered, what can these people possibly do for me? Advancement via individual determination. At the time, the only thing I was determined to do was walk out the door in the most advanced way. Walking out the door was an option. Everyone else did it to me. I had become immune to disloyalty and didn't care about anyone but myself. But I was interviewed to be an AVID student, and surprisingly, I was a perfect match. What I came to understand was that the people who surrounded me at the table helped me the most. I was quickly convinced and sold on becoming an AVID student. The day I inhaled the atmosphere of AVID, it filled the void of my family's absence. I found the universal truth in AVID. By being exposed to AVID, I quickly realized time heals all wounds. As a student, I can vouch, we all have hopes and dreams. We all want to do best. By speaking about my experience to the younger student, I can give them the push and need they often desire. I proudly speak for AVID, changing every individual one step at a time. My life was enriched when I was given a chance. The opportunity I received was an honor. Thanks to AVID, I don't ride the bench anymore. Now I work at a nursing rehabilitation facility, shining my brightness upon the elderly. I also work as a caregiver to a severely autistic young man. I volunteer by giving back to my community. And lastly, I join clubs at school. The most impactful one has been Best Buddies, an organization to help those with disabilities to lead a normal life. Through my volunteer work, I realized who I am and what I want to accomplish in life. In the fall, I will begin studying psychology at St. Leo University, with plans to earn my master's degree in social work and be able to continue to give back to those who need assistance. Most of all, I remain focused on growing as a student and individual. During my senior year, I continued to attain high honor roll, challenging myself mentally with multiple advanced placement classes, causing my GPA to rise tremendously. I graduated with nearly a 4.0 GPA. Thanks to the organization skills, Cornell notes, and time management I have gained in my AVID classes. I found my self-worth in AVID. If it were not for AVID, I would be stuck in the same place, wishing and hoping on the same dreams. The moment I anticipated is here. My AVID family gave me the push I needed. A young girl who had nothing, I gained everything over time with AVID. When I stopped searching for the blessing, I received the blessing. Learning to accept the things I cannot change gave me the courage to change the things I can. Thank you.
What is AVID? AVID stands for Advancement via Individual Determination. It's designed to help the middle student, the average student, to help motivate them to be more successful with their education. They do this by setting up a system that helps them succeed with more rigorous curriculum, helps them complete the rigorous college preparatory path. They'll enter mainstream activities of their school. It'll increase their enrollment in four-year colleges, and they'll become more educated and responsible participants and leaders in a democratic society. They're able to do all this by setting up a systematic approach that not only provides them with the support needed to take these tougher classes, but will also help them keep organized. They do this by having the students sign up to take an AVID elective class. In the AVID elective, their schedule will look something similar to this. On Mondays and Wednesdays, they'll work on their AVID curriculum. That'll include things like writing curriculum, college and career prep, and strategies to help them succeed in all their other classes. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, they'll take part in tutorials, where they have tutors from colleges come in and work to do collaborative study groups, writing groups, and Socratic seminars to help them understand the materials in their other classes. On Fridays, they always have their binder check, where they check each class period in the binder to make sure everything is organized, and they go on field trips to the media centers and other various activities that benefit them in their educations. So the question is, does AVID work? Well, when looking at the data, you can see that 3 out of 4 AVID graduates who applied were accepted to four-year colleges or universities. 8th graders taking algebra, students who take algebra in the 8th grade are prepared for more advanced coursework in math and science as they reach high school. The number of 8th graders enrolled in algebra is more than 50% higher than the national average. AVID students complete university entrance requirements at a much higher rate than their non-AVID peers. AVID students complete four-year college entrance requirements at a rate at least 2 times higher than the national rate. And if you look at the bottom chart down here, the 2013 AVID seniors completing four-year college entrance requirements compared to the U.S. overall, you can see that the AVID students are very successful. So why are we bringing AVID to Pasco Middle School? We already have systems set up to help the gifted students, and we have many systems to help the lower students that need help. But it seems like those students in the middle are just kind of left to do it on their own. Well, this will ensure that they get the support they need to help them succeed in life. A great example of this is Sergio Contreras, who many of you know, and is an AVID student at Pasco High School. We were able to hear him speak at the seminar over the summer, and here are a few clips of what he said.
My AVID family pushed me as a student and as a person. I was a middle of the class kind of student with a learning disability. Learning disability, it was a lot harder. I got things slower than most of the students, had to work twice as hard and put in long hours for my grades. But now, I'm a straight A student trying to maintain my GPA. This would not be possible without the weekly tutorial lessons, skills, and strategies taught to me by my teachers. The tutorial lessons, every Tuesdays and Thursdays, every week, on the dot, right after third period. And the biggest skill was learning how to take proper notes and utilizing those notes to prepare for exams. The most helpful strategy, however, was a big binders, which is meant to organize a messy student like me. I've had those struggles with learning, but even with a learning disability, I never let it slow me down. In addition, my AVID family never let me use it as a crutch. They taught me to overcome this obstacle. The AVID tutors were always patient and willing to help. Opportunities fly my way now because of my grades. I received the National Past Student of the Year Award, and now I have the opportunity to volunteer with Apex, which is helping other students as a tutor. AVID, advancement via individual determination. I understand those words now. I am determined to go to college. I am determined to be a role model. I am determined to be a contributing member of society. My plans for the future, you might ask, is to become a physical therapist and attend my dream school, University of South Florida.
AVID's proven learning support structure for middle and high school is known as WICOR, which incorporates teaching/learning methodologies in the following critical areas: writing, inquiry, collaboration, organization, and reading to learn. Writing is basic to thinking, learning, and growing, requiring students to consider issues in new, complex ways, contributing to self-knowledge and helping them to clarify and order experience and ideas. Inquiry, or critical thinking, is a term commonly used in higher education to refer to a generic set of complex but ill-defined cognitive processes. According to the Foundation for Critical Thinking, thinking is not driven by answers but by questions, positioning inquiry as foundational to the higher level cognition required for college success. Collaboration is learning involves intentionally designed student groups engaged in co-laboring toward meaningful learning outcomes, using active engagement activities planned to maximize learning and facilitate the sharing of the workload. An organization, because all students and all people need to be organized. And reading to learn, because college instructors considered reading a basic skill, one that students should have acquired before college. So students that aren't reading at level when they graduate high school are going to college at a disadvantage. This all is incorporated in the AVID curriculum and can be easily incorporated into your curriculum. With this, we are going to help our students to never settle for less than their best. Most people know AVID by the AVID binder. The AVID binder falls under the organizational part of WICOR. It contains tabs to separate each one of the students' class periods throughout the day. It has pencil pouch, which has 2 to 3 sharpened pencils, a sharpener and erasers. They have planners, paper. Some may have highlighters and pens. Whatever supplies are required to make that student successful, they're required to have it in their binder and carrying it around with them. I personally believe every student would benefit from the use of a binder to help them keep organized, because organizational strategies are really lacking in today's society with the students that are coming through our schools right now. An example of what this AVID binder will look like is shown here. So when incorporating AVID into Pasco Middle School, we had to meet as a site team and decide on 3 major focus areas for the first year. The first is to provide organizational strategies for instructional staff and students. This means we're going to incorporate the use of binders for the AVID students and Cornell notes for all students to help them become more successful in your classrooms. We will have professional developments on Cornell notes and other professional developments that will help you incorporate AVID into your classes. We are going to, second, develop and implement an active site team plan, which all site team members are volunteers, and they volunteered for the different roles they now have. And number 3 is to locate, train, and retain tutors. The bi-weekly tutoring session with active college students will inspire students to learn by bringing college students in to show them what they can someday strive to succeed to be.